How's it going? Quickie today. I have got a video going up later um, on this channel, Carboot one, but it's only a small one because the Carboot fair was very small today. Not today, on Saturday. Yesterday. I can't even remember what day it is today. Uh, on Saturday, the Carboot fair was very small. It was like a quarter full, not like it was last Wednesday. I did pick up some stuff though, which I shouldn't have got, but I did because I always hate coming home empty-handed, and I shouldn't really be doing it because my living room is crowded. It's cluttered so badly, it's unbelievable. And I keep meaning to do some cleaning and like sort stuff out, but I have arthritis, and I get stressed out with the noise from upstairs. Every time I start to do something, if the noise from upstairs starts up, then it gets me kind of like annoyed and frustrated, and it makes me lose my concentration on what I'm going to do, and I just like think, fuck, sod it, and I just walk out of the living room and not even bother doing it. And yeah, it is messy in here as well. I've got to sort out in here because I want to try to get a cupboard. If you can see the camera up at the back over there, not that side, on this side, where that chair is, I want to get like a another kind of like cupboard there, and put more discs in because like at the moment, this camera. At the moment, where you can see those CDs sitting on the shelf there is a cupboard there, and it is like kind of half filled with CDs. The other stuff is like radios and ghost hunting equipment, and God knows what else. My other hobby is like ghost hunting. So I will try to get that sorted out sometime so I can get some more games in because yesterday at the Carboot fair, I brought home an Xbox One again from the same buyer, from the same seller, I should say, from where I bought the other two Xbox One consoles. I bought home 5 Wii consoles with all the power supplies and the cables and stuff like that. And I bought around about 20 games as well, which I've gone through. I've kind of like gone through the CEX, and there was only a couple there worth like over £1, £2, which I've stuck in a bag with the other kind of stuff I picked up from the charity shop the other day, ready to go up to CEX sometime. Let me tell you a story about the Xbox Ones. The first Xbox One I ever bought from a guy, it kind of worked, but it kept switching off. It didn't give me the red or the yellow kind of ring of death or anything. It just turned on, turned off, turned on, turned off. Then it'd turn on, and it'd stay on for like a minute, and then suddenly turn off. Now, I actually found out what the problem was. It was the on and off switch inside the console. So I was able to fix that. The second one, which I got off the same guy about a week later, didn't work at all. And I don't know what the problem was, but what I did do, I took them both apart and I done a fresh thermal on the old processors, and I cleaned them out as well. Let's say the first one is working okay, but it's not got no warranty sticker, so I can't take out the CEX. The second one still won't work. It's sometimes it might turn on and turn off, but it wasn't like the first one. So I'm thinking, well, if I just kind of like party out of spares, I party out of spares, kind of thing. But I know the first one won't be able to go through CX because they ain't got a warranty sticker on it. But as I was messing around with the second one the other day, it did turn on and it stayed on for a few minutes. I got into the boot up screen. I saw that there's a profile in there, but then weren't no like installed games or anything here. But then it shut off again. So Why that happened, I don't know. I think again it could be the on-off switch that's causing the problem. So what I'm going to do is purchase a new on-off switch circuit board and the ribbon cable that goes in front here. Now this ain't the second one. This one I got yesterday. Now this one actually does have a warranty sticker on it still. Now I didn't really want to pick it up, and I didn't even really want to pick up the Wii consoles, but me, I decided, I'll pick up a few Wii consoles, trying to, like bundle them up and, try to get some Christmas sales on them maybe. I was able to get like the cables and the power supplies, and I did do a test run on them last night. I did the video, I think, and they all actually worked. All the Wii consoles worked. They're just kind of like scruffy and like, scratched up. So after testing them all out, 2 of them had games in them. One had the Wii Resort in it, and the other one had a different game in it. I can't remember what one it was, but all the games I find in consoles or in anything, or even like in buying stuff, I like put in here. I think the game was, it was Matrix Path of Neo, I think. No, it wasn't that one. It was a Wii game. That's a PlayStation game. It was My Horse and Me 2. That was in one of the Wii consoles, and the Sports Resort was in there as well. And that is out of 2 out of the 5 consoles I brought home. So they all worked okay. Then I thought, right, I sorted them out, and I did test out the Xbox One, which I got yesterday. Would you believe it actually worked first time? Now it did shut off a couple of times because I kept kind of moving it towards me, and it was hitting my stomach, and the stomach was turning the machine off. But I did have it running for a few minutes last night, and it actually stayed on constantly while I had it on. So it actually bloody well worked. That's the first one at that guy I've bought where a Xbox One console worked first time and stayed on, apart from when I was knocking the power supply or the power button, and it shut off a couple of times. But when I stopped messing around and kept still, I turned it on and it stayed on. So that's the first one out of 3 that worked first time without having me taking it apart and messing around with it and cleaning it up and all that kind of stuff. Now, I was happy with that, because I bought the actual 5 Wii consoles and the Xbox One for £22. 22 quid. Now, this one does have a warranty sticker on this still, but it kind of was peeled back a little bit. So I don't know if someone's been in there or not. I have looked. I can't see the foiled, because when you peel these off, you normally see the foiled thing on it. But this one has actually got stars on it. So I'm hoping that is an original sticker. You can see the X on it, and it's got 3 circles with stars in it. Then you've got 3 other stars on it. So I'm hoping that one is not been tampered with inside. Now, I did give it a clean up last night. You still see a lot of scratches on it on the top part. All around the sides, all around here, and all in here was covered in dirt. So I've got cotton buds out, and I was going in the gaps and cleaning all the gaps up and everything. Made my fingers hurt a little bit, but I cleaned it up. I actually had on order some scratch renew this, I had a bag or a box of gloves, which is somewhere. Bought a box of gloves, which I've not opened up yet. That, and a bag of like cloths. These are the microfiber cleaning cloths. I ordered those last night on, well, no, actually, I think I ordered that on Friday. Yeah, Friday I ordered those with my Prime account, because I thought, right, if I get some more of this kind of stuff, it'll help me clean the CDs and some of the consoles and stuff. So when I came home, I did clean what I could, but I didn't have that until like late last night, so I wasn't going to do a second clean up on them. But the Wii consoles turned out okay, so I was using a different kind of cleaning stuff, which is Crystal Clean Wax and Wash and Wax. Cleans, polishes and protects. Now I used that last night before the other stuff turned up on the Wii consoles, and it kind of did bring them up nice and clean. You can still see scratches on them, but I'm not too worried about that. CX is going to have to, if I was to take any of them up, I'm pretty sure CX gets consoles with scratches on. So yeah, all 5 Wii consoles work, and the Xbox works. £22. I say I bought I think about 20 CD games off him as well, mostly Wii games, and they was around about 20 quid. I didn't realise in the bag there's like a little small mobile phone which I put somewhere. I can't remember what done with it. So yeah, although the car boot fail, which the video will be uploaded later on today, it was only like a 20-minute video, I think, in total, if that. Sorry about the noise upstairs. Fucking neighbours, kids running about again. Let me just see how long that video is. You might hear the first bit.
Right, well, I'll turn this off. I'll do your recap of it.
Right, so it's a 22-minute video. The last 5 minutes is just me walking through a high street looking for charity shops, which were all shut because they open at 10 o'clock and not 9:15 when I was walking through there. And I wasn't going to wait 45 minutes for the charity shops to open, so I just came home. I'll probably have a walk around there on Wednesday if I don't pick up too much on the Wednesday car boot fair. Now, quick shout out to one of my viewers. Bin Boot Sale Picking 9239. Thank you for viewing the channel and subscribing and leaving comments. Right, so well, I noticed that he mentioned, I can't remember what video it was now. Let me see if I can find it. I know you mentioned about. I'll try and find that, the bloody YouTube video. I know you mentioned about why am I so intent in getting a backward compatible PlayStation 3. Well, I do have 2, but they don't work. I keep getting the 3 red light flashing with death on thing. I have taken apart and I have cleaned the processor and put some new thermal paste in on them. They're not brilliant thermal paste, but it's better than nothing. Now, I picked those up, around about 15 quid each, I think they were. And, when you get someone at the car booth here saying, oh, it definitely works, there's nothing wrong with it, mate, you put your trust in the guy and hope that they're going to work. And when they don't work, you get a bit kind of like pissed off and frustrated. The first one cost me 20 quid actually. 20 quid. No, actually, it cost me more than that. He wanted 35 quid for it. Yeah, 35 quid. And I knocked him down to 30 quid. And this was a guy at the car boot fair at St. Elias. Oh, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I got it from house clearance, tested it, it's working perfectly. Got it home, it didn't work at all. So, the guy did say that he'd refund me. But when I next saw him 2 weeks later, because he didn't turn up 1 week because of the bad weather, I said to him, I've got a bone pick you. You told me that bloody console works and it didn't. I bought it back last week. You weren't here, which I can't understand because of bad weather. And I didn't think you were going to be here this week because, some of you sellers only come maybe once every month or something like that, kind of thing. I said, what are you going to do about it? He goes, well, where is it? I said, well, it's at home because I didn't know if you're going to turn up or not. I said, I can bring it back next week and I want my money back. He goes, well, I don't refund. I said, well, you told me you were giving me money back. He goes, no, I can give something else, but I can't give you a refund. And, I was kind of really annoyed and peed off with him. I said, well, the other week, another guy come up to you and told you that an item which he bought, which was also a console, didn't work, and you gave him a laptop. So he turns around and goes, oh, I take a laptop then. I said, I don't want a laptop. So he goes, well, take a radio. And I said, look, there's nothing I want. He goes, well, take a radio. And like the radio is only selling about 15 quid each. And I said, no, I don't want a radio. And on the table right next to us was another backward compatible console. Now, I didn't take a proper look at it. He goes, well, there's another console there. He goes, well, take that then. I said, right, I'll take that. And I said, have you got an Xbox One power supply that I can have? Then, that will sweeten the deal up a little bit, the return kind of thing. And I said to him, if this one works, then, I will take the other one back. And, no one's out of pocket then. But, he gave me a Xbox One power supply, an original one. And he let me take the console. I said, if they don't both work, then fair enough, I'll part them out of spares. The motherboards I don't think will be any good, but the trays, the CDs, the hard drives, I might be able to get my money back on that kind of stuff. And the Xbox One power supply, I can put with one of my Xboxes, which I need a power supply for. So he goes, well, don't come back to me saying that don't work. I don't know if it works or not. It's a risk, it's a gamble when you buy stuff here. I said, yeah, but at least like most people know that they are working and are honest. I said, you've been dishonest with me because you told me it works. He goes, no, I said, I've got it from house clearance and I don't know if it works or not. I said, last time I bought it, you told me it worked. He goes, I don't remember that. I said, well, I remember it. I said, I've got a bad memory, but I remember you saying it worked and it don't work. So, I bought the other one home and it didn't work. And I had no idea it didn't work because while I was on the bus, I kept looking at it and you can see like missing screws and the warranty sticker wasn't on it. So I knew it wasn't working. But there is a possibility, it didn't work and someone's taken it apart and fixed it and then got rid of it later. I don't know. But the outcome was it didn't work. Both the PS3 consoles I've got don't work. Now, I've been meaning to take one apart and open it up again. The first one I've got, because it did turn on for a few seconds eventually. Then it came with red death again. So what I want to do is, they say like reball it, but I'm not going to reball it. I've been watching a lot of videos where people just taking it apart and got the hot gun and gone across the processors and the memory chips and just refload the soldiers. So I'm hoping to do that this week. I've been meaning to do it for the last week actually, because I've had them like 2 or 3 weeks. I think I've had about 3-4 weeks. But the one that's been given me, which did turn on for a few seconds and then turn off again, that's the one I want to take apart and run hot gun over it and see if it works. If not, then I'll probably try to get one from CX. Now, CX has actually got a backward compatible PS3 for 150 discounted. Now, I've got like £50 in credit. I've got probably about another £30 or £40 trading for games, which I'll take up probably tomorrow. So that'd be nearly £100, and the rest will probably go on by card if I decide to get it. Now, the guy who messaged me, being boot sales, said that the consoles, PlayStation 3 can read PlayStation 1 discs, but what I read and was told, it does not run PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games. There are I could be getting this wrong. I know that the PlayStation Backward Compatible does play PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, but when I spoke to the guy at CEX, he told me that the basic PlayStation 2, the basic PlayStation 3 consoles will not run PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 games. You need a backward compatible one. Now, the reason I want to get it backward compatible is for a couple of reasons. One, so I can play the backward compatible games, the Xbox 2 and PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games. And the other reason is to get rid of my original PlayStation 3, the fat one, and the PlayStation 1 consoles. But now I'm thinking, well, maybe I might keep those consoles and have them like a little collection. Because I know, big collectors have like not just games, they have consoles, boxed, unboxed, they have handhelds, they have like, God knows the amount of stuff. But I don't want to be like a massive collector. But I thought, even if I do have, like those, where am I going to put them? I need some kind of shelving where I can store them. Because they don't have boxes. I've got one Xbox One. No, sorry, I've got an Xbox 360 that's working perfectly, and it's got its original box. And I took that to CEX, and they tested it out. It works perfectly, but they didn't accept it because the warranty sticker looked like it had been tampered with. That's the only reason why they didn't take it. So now it doesn't have a warranty sticker on it because, they looked at it and probably tugged at it and it just fell off in the box somewhere. And, I've taken it out and God knows where it is now. So the thing is, I've got now in my living room where it's all clumped up with stuff everywhere, hundreds of games. I've now probably got about 9 Wii consoles. I've probably got about 6 Xbox 360s, different ones, the ones with the 250 gig or 320 gig hard drives, the ones with the basic 40 or 60 gig hard drive, there's different models and makes in there. So I've probably got about 6 Xbox 360s in there. I've now got 2 working Xbox Ones. The one I just showed you, with the warranty sticker on, that's still, like I've only just got that anyway. But 3 Xbox Ones, 1 which don't work and 2 do work. I've got the 2 backward compatible PlayStation 3s that don't work. Then I've got another, like the slim PlayStation 3 where the drawer opens at the side. Now that works, but the CD doesn't work. So I did look on eBay and I was able to find the exact CD mechanism to replace it. which I hope to do later. I've not even taken it out of the box yet, which I will do because I want to check to make sure the lenses work well intact. Because I think what happened with my one is the lens, the top of the lens broke off. So I want to quickly check this out. And the thing is, try and open the damn thing. Just check. Because the thing is, when you buy stuff, it's like no returns, and this is like no return. And like, you know, I only paid like £13 for it because I was looking on the CX. The actual PlayStation 3 with the sliding door can go up to, I think, about 60 quid, I think. Let me just quickly check. CX. Right, PlayStation 3 Super Slim. Well, actually, it says like 32. 12 gigabyte is like £22. If it's got 500 gig in it, it's like £36. No, I think I've only put like a basic 40 gig one in, I think. You know, a box one does go for like, you know, £50. If it's a super slim blue and 2 pads, it'd be like 100 quid. But a basic black one with no hard drive, it's £22. Now I wouldn't make nothing on it because I've just paid that 13 quid on the CD mechanism. No, I don't know that. It looks like my one, you know, it is the same one as mine, but it still feels like the laser feels really flat, and my one feels flat, you know. But I'm hoping this works. If it don't work, I'll say to the guy, you know, that it don't work, and I'm a bit, you know, kind of like annoyed that it not working, because I think in his listing it says working, pulled from the working machine or something. But if I can get a 500 gig hard drive, which I think I might have knocking around somewhere anyway. I've got an old, what is it called? Sky set-top box with a 500 gig hard drive. I think that might be compatible, that drive, in the Super Slim console. If it is, I can stick that in there, and then like I could get £36 on that PlayStation 3 if, that's a big if, I decided to trade it in. So I've got to sort that out and hopefully get that working. It might not even be the drive, it might be something else that's not causing allowing it to read discs. I really don't know. I'm not a technical expert. I was just thinking that it's not reading on the other drive, so I've taken the other drive out and I'm going to put that one in, and hopefully it start working when I decide to put it together again. But even if I get it working, you know, I don't know if I want to sell it or not, because I wouldn't mind having a small collection of like consoles on a shelf somewhere, and you know, having it as just like other people, you know, like who collect stuff, have it there just to, like, you know, the show kind of piece. You know, you don't have to have the box. You know, I'm not worried about boxes because, like, you know, boxes can get dirty and fall apart anyway. So boxing I'm not too worried about. But yeah, I want something that is backward compatible, so I don't have to have like 3 consoles out, like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I want one which is compatible, which I can play all 3 formats on, and just have one console out instead of all 3 of them out. Because like under my table, you know, I've got like a Wii console, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 2, an Xbox 360. Originally that only had a 250 gig hard drive in, but I've updated it to the 321. An old laptop. So my desk is like getting chock-a-block of stuff underneath it with consoles, and I don't really want all those consoles sitting under the table because like there's too many leads sticking out, and sometimes when I get out I tend to like pull the cable, the power lead, and it pulls out the console, and the console goes crashing on the floor, and that's where I can damage, like, you know, the consoles. So that's the reason why I want a 360, not 360, PlayStation 3 backward compatible, so I can just have the one under the table instead of having a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. Now I've got my PlayStation 4 under the table as well. So that's like 4 consoles. Then there's the Xbox 360. No, let's start again. I've got the Xbox 360 with a 320 gig hard drive. I've got a black Wii console. I've got PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and a PlayStation 4 under my table. I've got an external hard drive which isn't connected to anything as yet, and I've also got a laptop, and that's under my table, and they're all sitting on top of each other. So when if I'm playing like the Xbox 360, for instance, yeah, you know, I've got to remove the stuff on top of it, so there's no heat being trapped in it. You know, it's blowing out the cold air, so I don't want the cold air, you know, being trapped and, you know, overheating the console. So I need to sort that out. Yeah, I know the Xbox X, which I just recently purchased from CX, is backward compatible, but it's not backward compatible on all the games. It's only certain compatibility it runs certain games on. So that's why I kept the Xbox 360 under there. So, like, you know, Xbox X does play a lot of the games, but not all of them. Well, actually, I did have the Xbox X, Xbox One under there, but I've kind of retired that, and that's up on the cupboard up there. So, you know, I'm not getting rid of that. That's one of my original Xbox purchases from cash converters, would you believe? I think I paid like £100 for it, and at the time CX was doing like 140 quid. So I was able to get mine for like 100 quid from cash converters. But I'd say the 2 newer consoles I bought was the PlayStation 4, which was from cash converters, which cost me, I think, 120, and CX was still doing them for like 140, 150 quid at the time. And the Xbox X I actually got from CEX, and that cost me £420, but I had 360 in credit where I've been going to Carboot for, you know, buying all this stuff and trading it in, you know, sorting stuff out here. You know, I had like car DVD player, which I had a couple of those, still got one, so I thought I might keep that one myself, so I can play movies on it. Or if I'm going to go away somewhere, I've got something portable to carry with me. But I traded that in. I traded in a Gibson Wii guitar, I think it was. I don't know if it's a Wii or Xbox, but I picked up a Gibson guitar from a car boot fair, and when I traded in, I got like 50 quid for it. So, you know, things I've been buying from car boot fairs, which I think's got good value trading, I was bringing them home, and I was taking up to CX and trading them in. Eventually, I got up to like £360, and I was running that stuff to like trading, and it meant like waiting, you know, like another week to go to the car boot fair and purchase more stuff to try and trade in. Sometimes I'm going to get £10 trading, £20 trading, and that could take a month or two, you know. So although I had like £360 in credit, I thought, you know, I'll use that and then I'll pay the rest off, which was £70 in, you know, through my credit card. And then I was able to get me Xbox X, which is backward compatible on a lot of games, but not all games. Just like the PlayStation 3, it can play backward compatible games on the fat version, the one with the 4 USB ports at the front. That one will play certain games, but not on all the games apparently. But you know, that's the reason why I want the PlayStation 3, so I can like just put that there and take away the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and just like get them out of the way. If I trade them in or not, I don't know, because you're not getting that much in trading costs. Like, you know, for a PlayStation 3 Super Slim, you're only getting like £32 for like a 500 gig version. The PlayStation 1, I think. PlayStation 1 console. That depends on what version you've got. The fat one, you know, if it's silver, which mine ain't, it's like £50 trading for the silver one. For the blue one, that could be blue 53. But I'm not seeing any of the black ones there. PlayStation 2, hang on. Oh, hang on. The basic PlayStation 2 without the hard drive is between 24 and £26 trading price. And that's this one. There's some kind of guns there. Oh, like this. That wasn't there before. Some kind of sticky gums on it. Could have been one of my sweets that fell on the floor. I'll have to clean it up with the. Yeah, this one does need to clean up anyway, so that's a job for me for later on today. But these are going for about 24 to £26. And that's without the hard drive inside. And I was actually thinking of getting the internal hard drive put into this one, keeping this one. I don't know. This one does work. It's working condition. Just needs a little bit of a clean up. I don't want to be doing too much work on them if I'm not going to get my money back on. If I had done a clean up and put a hard drive in there, and I was able to get say like £60-70 for it, then yeah, I'd probably like fix it up and get it cleaned up and take about 60 quid for it or 70 quid for it. But being as it is, the way it is, you're not getting that much money. Plus, the only thing is I don't have an extra power supply for this one at the moment. And the actual AV cable. So I do need to get a power supply and an AV cable for that sometime. Because what I'm doing is I'm using the one from the other PlayStation 2, the Slim, the one which is slimmer. When I test that out, that's the cable and power supply to use. No, actually, I've got the cable for that one. It's just the AV video cable I need for this. So, it does work. I did test it, but it doesn't play PlayStation 1 games that I know of. And I've only got a couple of PlayStation 1s anyway, games. So, how backward compatible that is, I really don't know. But so I don't want to have too many consoles around. I don't mind having a few, and as showcase kind of thing. But I do need to start bundling them up and trying to get rid of some of them. Especially around in the Christmas time, because I think that might be an idea thing to do. But there's so many consoles on eBay at the moment; it's unbelievable. Now, I was thinking about doing a whole job lot and sticking on Marketplace and seeing if anyone would be interested. But if I'd done that, people would want them dirt cheap. And I mean dirt cheap, an Xbox 360 for 5-10 quid or something each. This one here, I probably only pay 5 quid for, and I've paid more than that on them. I think I paid about 10 on that one. Now, last week at the car boot fair, there was 5 of them around, and each person wanted 10 quid each of them. And I did open the back on one of them to see if there was a hard drive in there, and it weren't. And the hard drive tray that you put in there is around about 15 quid, I think, on eBay. Then you got to get a hard drive, which is compatible for it, which probably a normal SATA hard drive, but it's still costly getting the CD tray and the AV cable, and another SATA drive for it. So although it's working, I'm going to give it a clean up, and when I get a shelving up, I'm just going to have it on the shelf that kind of thing, standing up. And then I'll have the PlayStation 2, the slimmer one next to it, standing up. I'll have a Wii console next to it as well, but I need to get some shelving units before I can do anything. I do have some shelving units which I bought from the electronics and everything, and that is they're okay. They're cheap, but they do hold a lot of stuff on them. You see those up there, those shelving units. It has got a lot of stuff up there. For me electronics, and I say I'm not an electronic engineer or anything like that. I just used to build or try to build some of my own ghost hunting gear. If it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. I did spend out a lot of money on electronics and stuff like that. I did try to put myself out to try and build stuff. I'm trying to learn to build, but my brain doesn't function properly. So, yeah. I will probably take that Xbox up to CX, but I need to find a power supply for it, because the 2 Xboxes that I did get from the same guy, well, I bought the 5 Wii consoles from yesterday. When I bought them, I didn't realise that you need the power supply for them. I thought it'd just be like a normal power cable, and it wasn't. So I was able to, luckily enough, get a power supply for it, for one of the ones that didn't first work, and it is in the living room somewhere. But I also need to find a decent working controller to take up with me as well, because that one will probably go to CEX. Yeah, I don't need that one because I've got my original one up on the cupboard up there, which is kind of an early retirement because I've got the Xbox X now. But the other one that's working in the living room, that's the one which got a working power supply for in it. So I will be taking the power supply from that and pointing it to this one. Try to find a working controller for it. I don't know if they're going to be worried about having a HDMI cable or not, but I might have a spare one knocking around somewhere. And I'll take that up with a bag of games, and if I can get 50 quid on that, which I hope I could do for the Xbox One console. It's going, well, 500 gig one. If I can find one. I spelled it wrong. X. And it should start again. I think they go for about 56. Between 56 and £60. That's a 500 gig version with a controller. Now, I know I've got some controllers, but I couldn't somehow, for the love of money, get it paired with this console last night. So I had to use a wired one. I can't even remember where on here. For a second, that one in. Can't remember where on here you actually press to get the controller configured. So that's another thing I need to do then. I do have a Xbox One Kinect camera for it, which is the Xbox 2 camera, but I'm not going to get rid of that. I've actually got two of them, one on table on top of me, which is not connected to anything at the moment, and I have got another spare one knocking around somewhere, but I'm keeping them both because I use one for gaming and the other one I'm going to be using for me Connect kind of stuff. So anyway, I've been talking long enough, so I'm going to shut up and go now. So that's the reason I wanted the PlayStation 3 Backward Compatible, so I can not have so many bloody consoles underneath my feet, kind of thing, and move the other ones out of the way and just store them away from there, and then put them on a cupboard later or on the shelf later, and just like it's showcase them and try to play some of the backward compatible games that the PlayStation 4 is not compatible with. So that's the only problem. The PlayStation 4 is not backward compatible with the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 3 games. So that's the other reason. So I only have one console, one PlayStation 3 out instead of the PlayStation 1, 2 and 3 out, and 4. So I just want to start moving stuff around and putting stuff away and storing stuff and displaying stuff and whatever. Anyway, I'm off. I need to go because I need the bathroom trip. So cheers for watching. The Carboot file will be up later on today. I'm just about going to upload it now, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.